All right, of all the things we're marking today, there is an important milestone that we do want to remember. 15 years ago today, Flight 1549, bound for Charlotte, landed safely in the Hudson River. Oh my goodness, I still can't believe it when I see these pictures. All of the passengers survived. And now that very plane is on display here at what will be the Sullenberger Aviation Museum. Our Claire Kopsky spoke with some of the passengers that survived that plane ride.
It was the hollow, I'd compare it to combat boots and a dryer. And then the smell of, I'd say, burning flesh and jet fuel poured down the aisle. When Sully says, "This is your captain, brace for impact."
I mean, I cannot imagine. Claire is hanging out with us in the QC studio. You did that unbelievable interview. I was here 15 years ago today. I remember thinking, how are these people going to survive? 15 years later, you say that they have a really unique perspective on it.
They did. Walking away from the conversation, I just couldn't believe how honestly jovial they were about it, and the way that they have this special bond and connection from what truly was a miracle of survival. Like you said, every single passenger, but they have a different perspective now. You know, this has shaped the way that they've thought about things. They told me some of them completely changed career paths. Some of their families changed out of this, just a completely different perspective. And 15 years later, they were able to have more of a less in shock mode. I know a lot of them have been through a lot of therapy after this, and more so reflective and saying our view of the world has changed because of what happened that day.
Yeah, I don't know how it doesn't change, right, after something like that. But I do remember in the first year, even the second year following this unbelievable landing in the middle of the Hudson River, Captain Sullenberger at the helm of the plane, a lot of those folks just did not want to talk about it. So when you say kind of jovial about it, how do they look back on it now where they're able to sort of smile and say, hey, I can't believe we survived that?
Right. I mean, we had the unique ability to sit down with two of them, and they both had very different perspectives. One of them was on the very front of the plane, and one of them was towards the back of the plane, and the conditions in the different parts of the plane were very different. They joked with each other, poked fun at the guy who was up in first class because he said, "You were like on a cruise ship. You didn't really realize what was going on, because on the back of the plane, we all thought we were definitely going to die." So they were able to kind of, at this point, amazingly, kind of joke about the different experience just a few rows away, but also talk about just how their perspective on flying today has changed. And one of them says, "I check what type of plane I'm getting on every single time. I read the labels on the door." And the other one says, "I just get on the plane and sleep because I know maybe this will be my last flight." So it's amazing. And they were able to just recognize they're coming from a similar place, but have landed on a different perspective.
And they say it truly was a miracle.
Right, right. And from that, with this museum that's opening, they're hoping that other people who, no matter what you're going through, can come in and maybe take some solace from miracles do happen. They certainly feel that way, and they were hoping that, you know, it'll be a place for the passengers to come and reflect about that day, but also for anybody in the community who comes to learn about, you know, this incredible event that happened, to be inspired.
I really want people to be able to watch your entire story. It is a compelling interview, and you're going to get so much information too. Where can they do that? Because I know we were going to have it on TV tonight, but now we've got the football game, so where can people watch it?
We will have a jump in at 6. We'll also have it on our digital space. We have actually posted the full extended interview on our website, so you can watch that. It's up actually right now.
Okay, so WBTV.com. You can always go to our WBTV News app, and of course we have our YouTube channel as well. Good to see you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome in the QC studio anytime.
Bring it on. Sounds good.
Jorge, you are in the kitchen. I told Claire she should stay because she gets to eat too.